talk to Tyson Fury up close and personal and exclusively. And I've also had the opportunity to see Alexander Usyk train and get exclusive footage and coverage with him because of my relationship with James Adbashir and Peter Fury, respectively. Um, so up to the point of Tyson Fury becoming heavyweight champion of the world, beating Klitschko. Even up to the point where Tyson Fury wasn't talking to the mainstream media, but it would only talk to me. If you remember that time where Tyson Fury went into a press conference and he had sellotape over his mouth. I think that may have been either, was that the rematch, or was he gonna fight Klitschko? Maybe the rematch. I can't remember. But he had sellotape over his mouth. Yeah, back in those days, and I was the only person in the media that Tyson Fury contacted. You may not know that, and there's a video on that as well. So for those of you who are new to the channel, please do check out our old videos. I've got a lot of Tyson Fury or Fury classics, lots of Tyson Fury footage and interviews and real classic stuff. And for the most part, everything Tyson Fury said has come to pass, and it's been a pleasure watching that journey. So please do check out Bwtm Sports, Tyson Fury interviews, or the Furious one. Yeah, this channel at one stage was getting, and you believe it, kind of idiots I had on this channel at one point, that were getting Tyson Fury like interviews and Peter Fury interviews, and they were like regular, and people would just get jealous. They call it the Fury channel, but all it was is that I saw a talent in Tyson Fury, and he went on to be heavyweight champion of the world and #1. So obviously saw something right there. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and obviously Alexander Usyk as well, the guy that couldn't punch hard enough, according to some experts. The guy who was too small to be heavyweight champion of the world. The guy who it wasn't good enough. Yeah, pretty much cleaned up shop there, old Usyk. So yeah, you can't hurt Tyson Fury. He almost knocked Tyson Fury out. Oh yeah, Anthony Joshua punches too hard for him. We saw where that went twice, 24 rounds. Yeah, so we will go on, and I use that flashback as a point of reference. Oh yeah, while I'm at it, don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments if you're new to the channel. And even if you're not new, smash the like button. Really appreciate it. In terms of flashbacks, I want to take you back to one moment in particular. It was when Tyson Fury decided to come into the press conference late, but came in as Batman. And I think his brother, Huey Fury, was the Joker, I believe. And it was to unsettle and to disrupt Vladimir Klitschko, because Vladimir Klitschko is a very controlling heavyweight, as with the Klitschko era, very controlling. The opponent would sit here and you will do this and you will do that, and we are the Klitschkos. And so when Tyson Fury came, he was there to disrupt, and he was something that Klitschko couldn't handle. And he always used to say that Klitschko's like a robot, and the fact that Tyson Fury would come in and do something unexpected was not what Klitschko would want. And of course, when he boxed Klitschko, he was again in and out, side to side. He was disruptive. But I could talk more about the demise of Vladimir Klitschko before the Tyson Fury fight, which James Bashir warned us about. If you go back and look up my videos where he said that Tyson Fury can and will probably beat Vladimir Klitschko if changes are not made. Go back and watch that video. Flashbacks. But anyway, let's take you back to the point where Tyson Fury is doing all his stuff with the long reigning world champion Vladimir Klitschko, and he's running around as Batman. Flash forward to 2024, and Alexander Usyk is walking out to a press conference dressed as the Hitman. The Hitman's a video game that is a very popular video game that was on the PlayStation. I think it was on Xbox. Just basically a guy that was a hitman, and you would, quite a good game. You'd kind of like walk around in this universe, this like I don't know, this world where you would have to take people out. I think there's one point I remember being in the kitchen, and then like just like the guy looked just like Usyk, and you have to kind of point the gun and try and shoot the person without getting seen yourself. Yeah, really sniper like. And yeah, Alexander Usyk pulled a master trick there on Tyson Fury, and I wonder if Tyson Fury, when he saw that, if that disturbed him at all, because now he's the guy that's sitting there, and it's Usyk pulling the jokes on Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury no longer is the heavyweight champion of the world. He's been beaten. He's not only been beaten, he's been beaten by the foreigner. He's been beaten by the blown up middleweight, the gappy tooth. And he said if he can't beat Alexander Usyk, and he made outrageous claims before the fight against Alexander Usyk. He made all those claims and all those statements. And now this guy's come out, has taken his belt from him, almost knocked him out, and is now coming out as the hitman. Blown up middleweight was backing Tyson Fury up. Warned fans, I warned you that Alexander he cannot fight 12 rounds at a pace, and at some point his stamina will drop. I will point back to you when he fought Klitschko Wilder, the first fight, where it's round eight, energy levels dropped, and that's where Wilder was able to get closer to him and land the big punch that actually dropped him. So there are a lot of things I'm going to talk about here, so you're going to have to mind me. I'm going to jump here and jump there and jump here and jump there. So things that I picked up, Tyson Fury, when he went to tickle Alexander Usyk, if you think that Tyson Fury was just tickling Alexander Usyk, then you have been really misled. Tyson is tickling Usyk to see the sort of shape Usyk is in at this point in time. Whether he's out of shape, whether he's, if he's got, is he ripped under the clothing, or is he like fat? So it kind of tells you the mindset of Oleg Usyk, what sort of shape he's in. Tyson Fury does things like this. He did it before. If you remember, first met Usyk years ago, before they were actually going to fight. I think it's just before the Wilder fight. And he was sizing up Usyk then. So he always knew he was going to fight Usyk. And this is, I won't call it a secret, but it's certainly an issue with Tyson Fury. He doesn't like guys 6'3" and below. He doesn't like fighting those type of guys. His style doesn't gel with guys like that. Let me give you an example. Nevin Pajcek, Steve Cunningham, Alexander Usyk. These guys at this sort of height gives Tyson problems. And he said his toughest fight was Steve Cunningham, the cruiserweight. Right? Now, I want to take people even back a little further. Remember when Tyson Fury said that Deontay Wilder, he can't box? And a lot of you out there say Wilder can't box, right? This is correct, right? This is what you say. Isn't Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury's best win? Yeah, this is best win against a guy who can't box, who is known for just punching power, right? And in that time that he fought Deontay Wilder, he got 4 times in 3 fights. 4 times in 3 fights. This is a dude that's not got very good boxing ability. But that guy was able to line up Fury with a jab and hit him with a straight right hand and drop him multiple times. So there's a lot. It's not what Tyson Fury, and I've learned this a long time ago. It's not what Tyson Fury says you got to pay attention to. It's what he does. Yeah. When he said he was going to bulk up and he was going to push Wilder back, that's when he discovered that he understood. Hey, hold on a second. When I push this guy onto the back foot, he doesn't punch me as hard, right? And I'm able to load up and throw punches at him, and he doesn't throw punches back at me. So if I get bigger and I push and I go onto the front foot and push this guy back, I can stop this guy. So we saw that in the second fight. Now the third fight, if you look at the fight with Wilder, Malik's got had the right idea of Wilder using the jab, because when he used the jab on Fury, Fury couldn't step to him the same way. When Wilder gave up the jab, he allowed Fury to get forward and then to smother him and land shots on him and use all his weight on him. But the moment Fury stopped doing that and he allowed Wilder to get the jab out, get the range out, and throw the right hand, what happened? Fury's on the canvas against a guy who cannot box. Fast forward to now the master boxer in Alexander Usyk, who Tyson Fury said it was an easy fight. And he said that he was a gappy tooth foreigner, ugly rabbit that he was going to knock out and he was going to have him and all this nonsense. Well, we saw what happened. We actually saw what happened when the two faced off and they fought. And the facts say, not fiction, the facts say, when Tyson Fury hit Alexander Usyk, yeah, he stunned him because he's a big guy and big guy can punch. He stunned him, hit him with some really good shots, yes. But the fact also is that when Usyk hit Fury with the left hand, he more or less knocked him out. More or less. If it wasn't for some sheer dodgy refereeing. I mean, you go back and look at it again. If Alexander Usyk was round the ring doing that stuff, you'd have stopped the fight, because we all want to see Joshua versus Fury. We all know this is boxing politics. So we all want Joshua versus Fury because Joshua versus Fury makes a lot more money, and that's the fight people want to see. People don't want to see Usyk fight Fury again, and people don't want to see Usyk fight Joshua again. Fact of the matter is, we're seeing it again. So I love Tyson. Don't get me wrong. I love him, character in the sport and all that stuff. But Fury fans need to understand a few things, right? Yeah, it was an easy fight, and I was boxing in bit, and I was doing this and that. Yes, Tyson, you were doing those things, and it was good until it wasn't good. And then when it was bad, it was horrible. Like, you'll do what you're doing, you'll land your punches, yeah. But that left hand, at no point in time did you block that left hand. At no point in time did you stop that left hand. And at no point in time did you have a counter strategy to that left hand. And so the left hand caught you in the first round, and the second round, and the third round, and busted your nose. I don't know if you broke it, but busted your nose. And after it busted your nose and you started rubbing your nose, the next thing before you know it, you were falling around the ring like a drunk. Those are the facts. And Usyk, if you look carefully, go back and play the tape again. When Fury's going around the ring, Usyk is holding back, throwing his punches. It's like he felt sorry for Fury. Let me tell you something, and I keep telling people this. I'll keep on telling you this. Usyk has two gears of punching, right? He's got the left hand. He hits you just to, keep you away from, keep you occupied, keep you busy, keep you ineffective. That's what he does. So he's allowed to throw his punches. And then Usyk's got the dynamite left hand. See that dynamite left hand? He doesn't throw it all the time, but when he lets it go, he punches as hard as any heavyweight in the world today. You can sit down, you can laugh. But when he lets that left hand go, we've seen it. He did it against Chisora. He hit Chisora with a left hand, I think around the 8th or 9th round. When he hit Chisora with the left hand, Chisora's eyes were like that. When he hit Joshua was, it's coming on in the fight. He hit Joshua left hand straight down the pipe. Bam. Stopped Joshua's tracks. Almost stopped Joshua. And then Fury was doing what he was doing and bang, the left hand. The first problem Fury's got to do is, how are you going to stop that left hand? Usyk can knock you out. And this time, when you get, he's going to go to the body. That's going to be his attack. Go to the body, whip to the body, whip shot to the body, go to the body, to the body, to the That's going to pop to the body, pop to the body. That is the strategy. The only strategy Tyson can have to beat Alexander Usyk. But the biggest problem he's got, he's that big. He can't be missed. And that left hand is going to hit Fury in the chin. And when it hits Fury in the chin, I don't care what round it is. I don't care what Fury's doing. I don't care whether he's boxing or not. He's going to get hit with that left hand. And when he gets hit with that left hand, punch resistance, I think to me is well and truly shot for me. Tyson's punch resistance. He just looks like an old man now. To me, honestly, he does. He doesn't look the same fighter. And first of all, I do want to say that my condolences to Fury and his family because of the personal challenges that he has faced recently. Obviously, going into the fight would have had a devastating effect on the mental state of his family and of Paris and his family. I've come to know the Furies and their family, got a beautiful family, and I'm sorry to hear what's happened in that situation. My condolences to family. It's not a nice thing to experience at all. It really isn't. And I'll leave it as that. So, Fury's got a problem with this. He thinks that he needs to do a few things, or like I did with the Wilder fight, I'll just tighten up a few things. And no, bro, this is not Deontay Wilder. This is a master boxer. You Wilder to Alexander Usyk. You're going to tighten up, but so is Usyk going to tighten up. You have to be 10 times better. Not a little better, a lot better. Because in that round 9, that could have been the end of the fight. It could have been the end of the fight right there. So they wouldn't have been a 12 or whatever it was. That round right there, the fight could have been stopped. And it wouldn't have mattered what your game plan was because you would have been stopped right there. And it's from that point there, Tyson Fury fans need to be looking at. They need to be concerned about that. Their guys' ability to absorb punishment over the 12 rounds. Their fighters' ability to endure a tough fight yet again. Yeah, and the effects of the fight he had against Wilder. You said that he took something out of Usyk, right? But I can assure you, Usyk took a lot out of Tyson Fury. And of course, what's the motivation for Tyson Fury now? He's won all the belts, even at different times. He's got all the money in the world, and how good is Tyson Fury? Well, you're going to find out now. He's not going against, he can just walk forward and bully, or a guy that's handicapped because, I don't know, they're not good on their feet, or, they're not got a good boxing brain, or it's none of those things. It's an undefeated fighter that doesn't care about Tyson Fury and his antics, and is a stone cold killer. That is Alexander Usyk. Don't worry about all the stuff that is as a southpaw. The guy's a stone cold killer. And if you don't look at him like that, and you look at him as, this guy, I feel, the guy's a stone cold killer. And he will take you out. And if Tyson Fury fans think that Usyk's a soft touch, or that Tyson thinks it's an easy fight, or that Tyson thinks that, all I have to do is just tighten up and a few things, pop, bang, what's he going to do to me? Don't you sit there. He's shown you what he could do to you in the first fight, and he wants to knock you out. We should have stopped you. Would it not be for some dubious referee? So I look at the facts as Nazim said, I took his shots, but could he take mine? And that is the question I'm asking Tyson Fury in a rematch. Not only can you take Usyk shots, what is going to be your game plan to the left hand you could not see and the left hand you could not block? Because anytime Usyk wanted to land that left hand, he landed it. And you had zero reply for it. Almost like the right hand, overhand right, Chisora would throw against Fury in the first fight. He couldn't have a response to it. Or the same overhand right that Cunningham was throwing and Fury couldn't see it. I don't know if that left hand is zipping out of the vision of Tyson Fury, the way it comes across. I don't know. Because he had those technical issues until he turned southpaw against Chisora. And then he eliminated all that. And against Cunningham, he just put his hands up and walked Cunningham down, because Cunningham was new to the heavyweight division. If you remember, coming up from heavyweight to fight Tyson Fury. He's new to the division. And Fury just basically said, you know what, I'm going to put my hands up, walk forward, and just try and take you out. And Fury, if he's silly, because when Fury's hurt, what he does usually, he tucks up and he tries to walk you back. If he does, I said before, if he does that stuff against Usyk, he'll get knocked out because he'll revert to type. Tyson Fury is no different. He'll revert to type. So yes, he'll box. The things Tyson Fury does that he'll always do. You know, when he boxes, he's always wiping his nose all the time. He's always doing this with his nose all the time. You think Usyk doesn't see that? What do you think Usyk hit him on the nose like that for? You think he didn't hit him on the nose? He did it for a purpose and reason. He knows that if he hits Tyson Fury on that nose, you watch Tyson Fury when he boxes all the time. He's always touching his nose, always flicking his nose, he's pulling up his shorts. He's got things that he does that he's not going to stop doing now. So Fury's going to knock Usyk out. The two punches will be key to knocking Usyk out. It's the uppercut and the body shots. So they're the shots that he's got to set the shots up. He's got to set the uppercut up, and he's got to set the body shot up. But even you see when he hit him with the uppercut and he hit him to the body, Usyk was backing up, backed away. He backed up and backed away. And Fury's got to be careful. He comes out of a style that is to be more aggressive. It's a percentage game. If he comes out more aggressive, then he's got 100% chance of getting knocked out. If he boxes, he's got 90% chance of getting knocked out. But if he comes out rushing, he's definitely going to get knocked out. It's not a question if, it's when, because he's going to walk onto shots. And he's so big, he's going to walk onto shots. So, the choice is Tyson Fury's and Sugar Hill. If Sugar Hill believes that it's all about power, then sit there and believe that. Sit there and believe it's about power. I'm just going to walk him down, this bigger man. If Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk were the same size, would you be talking about size? If Usyk was the same size as Fury, it would be a mismatch. So as Nazim Richardson said years ago, the reason why people talk about Tyson Fury is because he's big. His boxing skills are decent. They're good. But remember, he was struggling against Deontay Wilder, who's not a very good boxer. He's putting him in against now Alexander Usyk, who's a master boxer. And Usyk almost closed the show in the 9th round. And in a fair world, that fight should have been over. And that's the way I'll look at it. And that's the way I would look at it if I was going in and fighting Usyk in a rematch. This guy can close the show at any given time. If Tyson's stamina, you see, I don't believe Tyson can be that much better than Usyk in a rematch. I don't. Because it comes down to me, how good he is in the first place. Is the best Tyson Fury able to beat Alexander? Because he cannot get out of the way of that left hand. He's too big. He cannot give off you, right? About Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury is Jerry Cooney and Michael Spinks. So go and watch that tape. Go and watch that fight. No, Usyk's too small. From history, boxing people learn from history. Jerry Cooney and Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks is like a light heavyweight. Jerry Cooney is like 6'5", 6'6", something like same sort of sizes as Tyson Fury. Same sort of style, same side boxing. And Spink crap out of Cooney. And this rematch, I expect Usyk to put on a masterclass against Usyk, who's going to literally, for me, trying to turn back the clock. It might be a case of too little than too late. But we'll see. If he comes in too light, then again, the question's about punch resistance and his age. If he comes in too heavy, then he's got to lug that weight around the ring. So his weight is going to have to be optimum. You can come in heavy against Deontay Wilder, who's a light, 15 stone guy. You can do it against him, or 15 and a half stone. You can do it against Deontay Wilder because Wilder hasn't got the boxing ability. He just relies on punching power. Whereas Usyk now doesn't rely, he relies on footwork and feints and head movement, and foot pressure, and making you fight a fight you don't want to fight because of the pressure, constant pressure he puts on you. It's not just the physical footsteps, it's the mental pressure he puts on you. And that's things that people do not respect And he spent years with James Ali Bashir. So he learned a lot of tricks with Uncle Bashir, a lot of tricks. So it's not about just going to the body, it's about setting up the punches to the body. And when you set them punches to the body, remember, you're leaving yourself exposed. You know, and it might not even be a big punch that knocks Tyson Fury out this time. It might be an innocuous punch. Because I don't think, like Joshua, the punch resistance is the same anymore. Fury's been in damaging fights. Wilder's been in damaging fights. So yeah. All the fights that Usyk's been in, yes, he does get cut and busted up, but shots as well. We'll see. But hold out much hope with Tyson Fury if he's talking about Usyk being an easy fight. Or it was an easy fight until he got caught. No. You were being set up for that punch. Go back and watch the tape again. Watch the fight from the first round. And watch it to the point he gets caught with the left hand and gets stopped. Or almost gets stopped in that round. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Is Fury equipped to beat Alexander Usyk? Does he have the style to beat Alexander Usyk? Has Usyk overlooked Tyson Fury? Is Usyk himself damaged goods, as Tyson Fury says? Was it an easy fight for Tyson Fury? And do you think the fight should have been stopped in that round with a referee? And do you think if Alexander had been hurt the same way Tyson was hurt, that fight have been stopped by the same referee? Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, smash the like button. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Take care.